We've talked about ESL One Birmingham as an opportunity for some of these, let's say, Tier 2 younger teams to be able to show in a new patch that they can take it to the top dogs. And unfortunately, Alliance is yet to be able to show that. We heard the panel, bit of trepidation about Alliance's chances here. We could see the GG bet odds are clearly not in Alliance's favor. And honestly, Blitz, should they be? I mean, they started off day 1, 0, and 4.
Doug, 10-1 is like our veggie stack playing against like EG.
Yeah, that's definitely way too one-sided.
Yeah, that's value right there.
That is insultingly low. But Alliance has not had a good tournament so far. Hey, maybe it was just day 1. They should have won one game, right? They definitely should have won one game against Keen.
They should have won one game against Gambit too. I mean, you know, there are these like teams like old Complexity with Kyle. Ironically, it's like
Yes.
it's like. Yeah, they'll win a game, and you can make excuses and say, like, no, they should have won that game. You know how many times we had to say that about, like, old Cole? And it's
God.
At some point,
they should have won, but then they went high ground instead
like,
of just taking Roche.
Nah, but whatever it is, you know, you can't really make an excuse for it, but you're missing it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, you haven't quite found it yet.
You don't have it.
But the frustrating and like tantalizing thing is, it doesn't feel like they're that far off. That's that's always the most frustrating part about all of it. It's like NIP. Remember the old NIP, the one with Era and Jonas Sanfan and stuff like that? It was like, oh man, they're gonna qualify to TI and stuff, and then the mega creep situation happened.
Oh god!
It was like
it was them against Alliance.
Yeah,
right?
it was like whatever reason it is, they're not there, and it just feels like you know, at some point you can't make excuses. They're gonna roll in.
They're gonna
roll
roll
in.
in.
Should be an easy first blood.
Get the first blood.
Give it to Madara.
That's
my guy. If that was the App Store, he's saving. He's furiously right clicking. So Chalice is getting pretty aggressive right now on Boxy.
So we've got this matchup of the Bat Rider into the Pango. We saw them try and switch up the lanes as much as possible.
Did they ever? Oh, hold on.
LGD wants the Lifestealer versus the Bat Rider, right? Because of the, and then I know Pango versus Bat is not super fun. Because you just can't get far enough away, in my experience.
Yeah.
Like once you have this sticking, like some of the best matchups are when you have a reaction to him popping Firefly. You know.
Did they change it where Quap ult doesn't immediately just like stop you?
When you Pango a roll up, I believe that is still there, but the timing is very specific. It's when you start rolling and you get hit. If you get hit like when you're a ball already, then you're fine.
I see. It looks so funny because you just whoa, 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 whoa. It looks like when Sonic loses the rings, you know.
And our mid matchup is going to be the Invoker versus Quap, which is the matchup Quap favored in lane?
I think the early levels are fine for Quap, and then at some point, Quasux Invoker becomes. This is actually
like 2 regen heavy.
Yeah, because
like you can't harass
the basis of Queen of Pain's. She doesn't have the best attack animation, and she's not the best range either, right? Like if you think about how Queen of Pain functions, she only has like what 380 or something like that, maybe in like the low 400s. So it doesn't feel that good to have that kind of animation. Whereas you know, the reason why she wins lanes is she spams you out with dagger, and then you can't sit in the creep wave while also getting hit by right clicks.
Yeah. And eventually you just like, oh, I can stay one more creep wave, and then she either out-regens you or you take a risk and you die. Yeah. Like this Quas Invoker is just going to keep regening.
Chalice is fine.
Chalice is going to be fine here. He's going to TP back to his own tower, so it's not like he's going to lose a lot of time in lane. Unfortunately, failing to get the pull there is really going to hurt you.
Come on, man. There's a timer if you've got Dota Plus.
I actually, you can't do... I see a cut down tree. I'm sorry, everybody. I haven't played Dota since the new patch because travel and then this. Are you still able to do the total BS, just pull the creep wave straight down?
Dude,
it looks like it.
I've only played Pudge Mid in my in my pubs since the patch has come out.
Either way, it's
so this is one way to abuse it early on is
get the extra hero.
Yeah, I mean this is, let me say, one of the most frustrating things that people do in pub games is when they stick in lanes that they can't have kill opportunities for.
Yeah.
Oftentimes that happens, like, and then they don't come to gank when you do have kill opportunities. At bottom lane, Chalice doing a really good job here. Oh,
he
Boxy
kept on
might just die.
Hitting Boxy, and Boxy actually doesn't get the aggro off of him. And
He's just
he
dead.
will just die.
Oh, that was a mistake. There's creeps under there too. I think he was afraid to churn, but you know, you have to risk. It's better than dying to tower like that.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, I do want to bring up the point that when you do have killable lanes like this, I don't think Taiga should ever go top, for example.
Right.
Because you're not really going to pressure the lifestealer. But like this bottom lane and this mid lane, you can kill as many times as you so please.
Yeah. The Earth Spirit shouldn't be rolling into the Lifestealer. He should be looking for Chalice and maybe as much as possible.
Just go find the supports, go find the cores that you can. I feel like oftentimes like supports, they get into this rhythm where they're not really sure where they're supposed to be, so you run into these situations, but you don't necessarily have to like be down there because unless Ame messes up terribly, he should be fine at all times, in my opinion anyways. Which is why, you know, we see him mainly focus on trying to gank the Bat or the Invoker, which, to his credit, I think is the right move. The main reason I think he's bottom right now is because of the bounty runes.
He's going to try to play for them right now, and he does manage to pick it up and kicks away X-Nova really nicely. Fortunately, there is going to be the lucky shot proc onto him, and he's out of mana. He's going to try and stay ahead, but another lucky shot slow is going to be enough for Chalice to be able to pick up that kill. Still, though, I mean, he got the bounty rune, and oftentimes trading a support life for a bounty rune is worth it, right?
He's level 2.
Yeah.
I will say that, I mean, this is a good start overall for Alliance. Definitely not the 9-to-1 odds or some ridiculousness that I saw. And I'm trying to be like very forgiving for them because, you know, if we're just honest here, PSG.LGD is like a top 4 team for me. And Alliance have like a huge hill to climb.
Yeah.
As mid lane.
They are sticking it out with 2 cores in this lane, and it's making things tough for Alliance, who keep on expecting that Chalice is going to leave at some point. He just keeps on sticking around, getting more kills. They do manage to get a big kill on the Invoker mid lane from Mickey.
Yeah, just continue to abuse this lane. Like Quaspex Invoker, people are hesitant to gank before
Burn.
But for the most part, when he doesn't have levels, he's not that fast. Like Ghost Walk doesn't make him quick. It's like this weird common misconception that you think because he has Ghost Walk, you don't want to gank him. But why? Like, he's a free kill in my opinion.
He does not move anywhere.
Yeah. He doesn't go.
Trying to hope that the stun will help Chalice get away, but that's not the case here, Boxy. Because Chalice is stuck out in that lane, is severely under-leveled, and our Bat Rider.
So Mickey's going to pop the regen here, wait in the height.
And then go back in, and
he missed, he should have waited. He should have known that there's no way that Mickey wanted to go. Because if Mickey has full mana, even if they miss the roll there, you can go silence and like just all in.
Yeah.
For the kill.
Or even better, you can let the Quap initiate and slow him down with a Shadow Strike. That'll make the roll easier to hit.
Because then what ends up happening is he reactively uses Tornado.
Yeah.
And then you're free to cast like your entire toolkit.
Right.
But by not being patient there, it is going to miss out on the kill opportunity. But continuing to abuse this lane and I think is just the right idea overall, and not going to wherever this Lifestealer is. Like look at him go towards top. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be biased. I just like focusing on. It's just easy for me to focus on like one player's movements. And
it's been a while since we've seen like a forward position who just like is dedicated to roaming around, right? Because we had 2-1-2s for such a long era.
Yeah. For me, it's just interesting to. This is for my own edification, guys.
3 to 5, coming in at 8 minutes here. Laning phase pretty much going even. Is this what you would have expected out of the laning phase?
In fact, I actually thought that. Oh, hold on.
They can actually keep him chain stunned, but there is going to be the jump away with the swashbuckle.
They might even turn this and try to go on Taiga.
Yeah, potentially with him being just in range, but again, Taiga just very smart using that kick to always keep people away from the Inkswell.
Taiga not letting him get a taste. As the game is 3 to 5, 1,000 lead. No one's going to get that joke, I hope. It was bad. For PSG.LGD, I think their laning phase is actually going okay.
Yeah.
Because I expected them, with the laning setup, to lose their lanes actually pretty handedly.
Oh, nice disruption. That's going to be right as Taiga goes right on by. There's going to be a gigantic Sonic Wave from Mickey. Managed to land it on 2 here, and FY maybe falling as well, unless there's going to be Maybe, who managed to clean up the Earth Spirit and protect his support. Still, though, a 2-for-1 exchange in the first successful rotation of Queen of Pain. I feel like that's always a really feel-good rotation when you force the opposing mid to also rotate, but you still get the better numbers.
I think that's still reasonably okay for PSG.LGD because if you don't TP there, you most likely don't get the kill on the Earth Spirit and you lose your SD.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things where the upside is, you know, you just prevented like an even worse situation. Is we're going to see the replay here again. The Queen of Pain TPing in just completely stops this fight. It sounds like Lycanhowl right there, didn't it?
Wait, who is that laughing?
I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Now I want to hear the casters in slow-mo voices. Inkswell, but does manage to get off the Firefly. That was a pretty low percentage gank there. There's no way you can get the silence onto him before he gets off his Firefly.
Surprised that they try to attempt that, but
10-minute bounty runes are coming up, and that's maybe part of the reason they wanted to make that play on the Bat Rider. Get a kill there, secure bottom. Looks like the teams are just gonna, well, maybe not. I was gonna say peacefully split up the bounty runes, but LGD set up to go for it here. Leading things off with the Tornado EMP, actually sniping out that bounty rune. They are going to be able to get the EMP to drain out the Bat Rider, but they step too far. Managed to get a stun out. Now the follow-up lasso as well. Maybe he's going to be caught. There's really no save because the disruption was already used, but maybe Chalice is able to provide some comeback there with a shield crash, helping to finish up the Bat Rider. Still, though, their minutes died, and now Quap is here. Mickey knows there's no Invoker to slow him down. This time, Chalice does have another Swashbuckle, instantly pops the Shrine as well. Mickey may just run out of damage here to finish off the offlaner.
Still, for the Invoker to make that rotation up there, like, they were really confident that they were going to go and challenge there. Also, like, randomly had a Mango still in the Bat Rider. It's like 10 minutes in, he just casually has a Mango. As Madara most likely going to die here unless he just jukes by standing still.
Really well done by Chalice. Changing the direction of his Rolling Thunder on hitting the wall, just going straight down the line, straight towards Madara.
Chalice is a pretty good Pango.
I love the Grimstroke Pango combo. First of all, because you've got two different abilities to get close with Inkswell. But it also means I just don't have to deal with the Grimstroke on the enemy team as well.
It's that Tainted Fruit roll-up.
Tainted Fruit roll-up.
That's what I think of when I think of Grimstroke plus plus Pango.
Not fruit by the foot.
No, I think fruit roll-up has to be more common. Somebody in Twitter will tell us.
They are taking that safe lane tower right now for
Nobody's
free.
defending.
Nobody's defending, and it's not like they're pushing the opposing safe lane tower either.
Yeah, that's, I mean, I guess well done by Chalice by just literally clicking the tower with a Siege Wagon and nobody coming to defend that. I don't like that move from Alliance.
No, that is pretty messed up. I mean, everything about Dota has taught us right now, either you hard defend your towers or you're looking to trade. And Alliance did neither.
And that's part of the beauty of picking Lifestealer in this kind of game, is because you know that you're not going to run at his lane.
Yeah.
Like I just said, it goes hand in hand with what I said about Taiga not wanting to be here. Nobody wants to go kill this guy.
Yeah. They only have one disable that pierces through. Magic Immunity, the roll in is going to land, but there's already the Rolling Thunder out from Chalice. He's going to run back into the Ancient Apparition, bumping into the Bat Rider before getting the Swashbuckle to finish them both off here. They're both dead, and Taiga may fall as well. He's already got his ultimate out. It's ticking X-Nova down. He might be able to get a kill, but it sounds like he's just not making it out of here. Boom, Chalice gets run right on top of him with a Swashbuckle. They're trying to make sure they don't all tick out here. As Chalice is getting a bit low, it does mean X-Nova is going to fall.
See, the confusing part about that move from Alliance for me is, like, why not make that when your tower's alive and you've got, like, full vision? And instead you're fighting into vision, and you're just making this, like, in my opinion, this improbable play. That even, think about it, even if you get a kill there, you're not pushing the tower. Pushing the enemy safe lane tower, or the enemy offlane tower is, like, one of the hardest things to do in Dota. So, like, they make the move on this Pango, even if they get the kill, just, like, look at it geographically. They have to push all the way through at like half HP, then cut down. There's no easy way for them to retreat at that point either.
While that was happening, though, they did take mid tower.
Yes.
At that time, and Mickey's now actually found a kill on Chalice. So in that respect, it was a lost team fight for Alliance, but they did gain a valuable, objective.
I just think that they probably could have maybe done both.
Yeah, they definitely could have made the earlier defense,
and that's what the majority of cast guys, other, you know, you want people to talk about the tower game. the kills at the end of the day, they don't matter if they don't really lead to towers or anything like that. As that seems to be like, especially like Secret's game plan lately. As
nice
they're gonna make
lead off Silence. If they can get the chain stuns here, they are just gonna throw everything they have in him. The Ice Blast will help finish him off.
Really well done. And this is gonna force a 4-man rotation. If you can just get out clean and reset the map, there's this entire top area now is complete free farm for Boxy.
You know everything that's not in the bottom right area of the map, that's all yours.
That's all yours.
That is all your real estate.
By taking mid and making that rotation and forcing that in, and they were quick about it too. And in fact, that was like about as well done as it's gonna get. And immediately the retreat. There's no we're sticking around, maybe we can fight now that the life stealer's down. No, it's we use Queen of Pain ulti, we use AA ulti, immediately get out. And PSG.LGD, they know that these cooldowns are here, so they're just going to go for it right now, and they might even just get a free play here.
Oh, that is great. Silence led up by Taiga. There is going to be the turnaround, though. Chalice running around with that Rolling Thunder actually bumps into Mickey as he jumps in to try and finish off FY. In the lower ground, though, Boxy's doing a great job getting some control up on these heroes and getting damage over time. Chalice has got to make his way out, though. Boxy is going to run into Maybe here while he picks up the bounty rune. Maybe doesn't feel comfortable challenging that Bat Rider because he's seeing the Alliance is just swarmed over all of his allies. That's going to be the 3, 4, and 5 position all dead on LGD.
So the interesting part about that move was Alliance knew that they were going to take that fight without a lot of their cooldowns, and they still did it because they were confident enough that they could win that fight because the bounty runes are coming up, plus you know that 4 people TP'd bottom. Yeah. It's very clear that they're going to take that fight. And, I mean, I guess LGD, like, that was one of those weird situations where both teams were confident that they were going to run into each other, and that both sides thought they were going to win.
I mean, it also seemed like LGD thought they were going to get like 3 or 4 of the bounty runes off of a play like that.
That's where you reset what just happened at bottom lane.
Yeah. Alliance has been one, for the most part, in control of those bounty runes. Boxy in some trouble here, though, as throws a disruption just to make sure he slows him down and is definitely going to die.
Yeah, will they get the towers, the question, because they don't really have the best tower pressure with their team.
Like, when your best option is Lifestealer hitting the tower, but you've got this near-instant range silence from Taiga, and then you do have a BKB piercing disable in the Bat Rider as well. Yeah. It's not the freest game for the Lifestealer. It's like how you said this whole, like, the dead lane, like how you just don't want to be in the Lifestealer's lane. It's hard. But I like the fact that Alliance finally chose to go there, because it's hard, but it's not impossible.
It's not impossible.
And you got to find a win condition somewhere.
Oh, Madar's going to get punished for this.
Dude, he is so far out there right now, isolated from his team. Now, his team seeing this is going to try and take the fight, knowing that there's no Invoker, there's no Lifestealers, so they can run over the rest of these heroes. And Madara actually survived. He managed to TP out. So he was good. That actually, it seemed like a terrible situation. I mean, I don't know how he managed to TP out in front of an Invoker who has so many disables.
Nah, he used every single one of them. Yeah, he 3-spelled it. And Boxy's going to get out of this too. Gets SD ulted, but all for naught here. As I mean, this has always been the story of Alliance. We know that they can do this kind of mid game. Yeah. It's can you
close it out?
Can you close out a team like PSG.LGD who continue to play very aggressively despite the disadvantages that they have? I noticed that all good teams, no matter like what the position they're in, they never default to just farming. Yeah. They continue to look for plays. So we'll see if Alliance can hold up to that pressure. Because right now they are leading the game. They are in a very good position. And this could just be their first win. And how great would that be against PSG.LGD?
Oh, such a strong team at that, yeah. I feel like this story is very similar to watching Forward earlier against Liquid, where I was watching their first game and going like, oh, Forward's doing good. Can they close it out? And they just failed in the first game off of just a really terrible Roshan fight, and then it was like back to back to back, and boom, they lost the game in 5 minutes. They did manage to make the comeback in game 2. Did manage to take 1 game.
Yeah, because the thing about playing against Tier 1 teams is the job isn't done until the GG is called.
You got to get every single one of those nails in the coffin, otherwise.
You don't get a participation trophy like, well done, like you made it 20 minutes. Yeah.
Guys, if we win 5 mid-games in a row, it's like we won a game, right?
Oh, I like that.
Ice Blast trying to chase down Chalice, who is very dead.
He is incredibly dead. But Madara, once again.
Don't make the same mistake. Don't throw all the disables, but they also got to be a little bit careful as Taiga's actually going to try and make this fight. But Box has got strength here, but a Tornado is going to be able to separate them from Xnova. Xnova's so slowed down. Boxy's here as well, but so is all of LGD. And they just keep on kiting around Madara. Xnova will eventually take out to Taiga, but they got the main carry, and now they can chase for more here as maybe still has some mana to work with, enough to be able to throw a Cold Snap Urn onto Taiga, ticking him a bit, but not enough to keep up with him. Maybe if it had the Radiance, it would have been a fight that LGD could have gotten multiple kills out of.
And Madara has to realize, anytime you go for a play on one side of the map, the enemy team, if they're worth any salt at all, they're gonna make the play on you as well.
Yeah.
Like, you see 3 heroes go on top, well, we'll send 3 heroes at bottom because we know we've got the numbers advantage. I think maybe he was over-relying on his tankiness and the Batrider's ability to TP in. But great play by PSG.LGD. They were just, Chalice was like, guys, I'm dead. Just go on bottom. Like this, no matter, this will turn out okay. And you'll gladly trade.
It's very similar to the situation where Madara, last time he was in, where he was caught. He's managed to TP out, but he was definitely caught. He definitely should have died in that situation.
That should have been
But the rest of
lesson.
Alliance was like, force the fight, force the fight.
Yeah.
We see 2 cores down there. They can't fight us. Run them over, and they took a great fight off of it.
But that should have, I felt like, been his warning.
Yeah. Yes. I can't believe that it was in the very similar situation. You know, maybe he's not going to make that same mistake twice. They are going to be able to grab the bounty rune here and get a lot of disables on the Batrider. Unable to get the lasso off now. The Rolling Thunder is going to be able to make sure that the Earth Spirit's not making it out either. Alliance just a full retreat from the other 3. They did get the bottom bounty runes. I think they also got the one on their side of the map at top. So they still got 3. Trading off your Batrider, though, as a core, that's going to sting a bit.
It's a really fun game to watch. It's very active. Both teams, I mean, they're just constantly forcing the issue.
Yeah.
I think that PSG.LGD right now are in, like, you know, they're in battle mode. They're like, our individual skill, we will win out. Like, if we continue to battle like this, we're just better at button clicking than you guys are.
It feels like both the teams are making a sacrifice. For me, it feels like Alliance is making sacrifices and taking fights to try and get bounty runes.
Yeah.
And LGD was taking a lot of just 3-man engagements with Chalice and the 2 supports in order to buy time for Invoker and Lifestealer to finally come online. And now they are. They've got the Radiance. They've got the Radiance. They're getting close on the Aghanim Scepter as well, actually.
You really need Ags on Invoker before you're able to play Dota.
Yeah.
It was always like, I really like what SECC said about Invoker. He's like, this hero is really unique because you want to sort of play around him, but at the same time, he's this like black hole on the map for 20-odd minutes where he's not really a hero until you get Aghanim Scepter. Because otherwise, like, you can't utilize that full potential of being able to cast like 5 spells, right? You cast like 1 ability and then you have to like reset yourself. So then you get into this awkward holding pattern where, you know, a large portion of your net worth is just in these items that don't lead to anything quite yet. It's like building Radiance on a hero, in a way. Yeah.
I feel like because of that, the Quas-Wex Invoker and how you play around it is almost like more interesting. Because the Exort Invoker, it's like you play around it by just being aggressive and getting him Sunstrike kills.
Yeah.
You know, that was a very straightforward game plan. The Quas-Wex Invoker, I feel like, is a little bit more...
it's very dynamic.
Yeah.
As
Xnova just silences him, goes for the TP out. The rest of the team is here, but they don't have enough damage. Good play.
Did have the Queen of Pain ulti, but I'm not sure if he really even considered using it there.
Yeah. I mean, killing a significant team fight support and it's just swooping into bottom. I'm not sure if LGD would fight you without that Grimstroke, but...
But the question is, like, he's already respawned. I'm pretty sure you do just take a fight.
Yeah, his death timer is not going to be that long.
Quap ult is one of the only things that really scares this Lifestealer, I feel.
Yeah.
So it's like, if he doesn't have that up, that giant burst before he can get anything off.
Well, maybe the Sven's going to scare him now because he's got BKB as well as his wealth of physical damage. A Blink Dagger, an early Blink Dagger from Chalice here. Faster than normal because he hasn't gone a Maelstrom, which is, you know, our normal, like, big damage item. He hasn't completed Guardian Greaves either, so neither the sustain nor the damage is there from the Pango. He thinks that the initiation is most important.
Would you agree with that?
For creating space for an Invoker, I would say so. Lasso does manage to successfully grab him, so the Ice Blast is going to be able to get here in time. That is going to be Chalice dead, and they actually don't manage to kill. They manage to get the slow, the roll-in's going to miss, but they do get the dust onto Maybe here. He's going to drop the Meteor, hoping for a kill onto Boxy, but Boxy definitely dodges it. That is going to be a nice Ice Wall, though, slowing down a lot of these heroes, but the stun is going to be able to follow up here. Still a sticky nade pump, but maybe X-Nova can turn things around with the latch, as well as the big Inkswell hit. It's going to be a lot of damage. The disruption there as well. Maybe's not dead yet, and Alliance have now run out of damage unless Boxy can take him out. He gets him. He suicides right into the Invoker. He actually managed to get X-Nova as well there. And now FY going to be chased by an Ancient Apparition. But
dude, everyone's dying right now.
Mickey. Godlike for Mickey. He's done very well for himself in not dying. Just slowly but surely picking up more and more kills.
That was a bloodbath up there. And, I mean, it all starts on the attempt onto Boxy's life. Boxy was very calm there. He pops the ulti onto the Pango to stop the ball. They immediately burst and they move on to the target. And maybe did a great job, like, trying to deter them with the Meteor. And the two supports, I thought they were just about to save him and turn that around. But he had, like, what, 4 sticky charges on him?
Yeah.
Just
and
a little bit too
Boxy
much
just,
damage.
like, right, you know, Firefly was just coming back up, and he just needed, like, a second on both the Invoker and the...
Yes, the A Ice Blast is going to fly all the way bottom. It does see Ame,
Can they get there in time? There is no way. There's no Bat Rider nearby.
And this is, for me anyways, like an uncharacteristic performance by Maybe. Because I feel like the two supports on PSG.LGD are actually playing great. Like, they're always there. They shouldn't even have to be there, but they are always there. They're responding very quickly. They're just not giving, their cores aren't giving them enough time to make plays after that. They're always having to play defensive, and I think this is really hurting them right now.
Like, a lot of this weight is falling on the supports and Chalice to, like, do their work, and they're just getting crushed by this 4 or 5 man of Alliance. And we haven't really seen, I mean, we definitely haven't seen an impact out of Ame as this lifestealer either.
Yeah, Ame has taken the route of, and if you're going to play like this, you have to carry.
Yeah.
Like, when you get, when you're running this through.
Oof. Shadow Demon with a Radiance core. You gotta love that. Yeah. That's free farm right there.
I do really like the way that Alliance are playing, though. Like, credit to them. They are playing very decisive Dota, in my opinion.
Playing fast like they need to with the Bat Rider Quap. But this is a fake back here from PSG.LGD, but Boxy reads it pretty quick. That was super fast movement speed. Now, he can't actually control up the Lifestealer because of the Lincolns, so that's why they're going to go for the backline.
Mickey split it.
There is the Sonic Wave to hit on 3. There's going to be the Rolling Thunder disrupting things, but honestly, the fight is already broken. It's just a question of how many heroes are going to be found here. Ame deep into the trees is going to be caught. They activate their BKBs just to make sure there's no disables out from the Invoker that can save Ame unless he gets inside of a creep. Okay, what do you do next? He didn't actually turn off his Radiance.
He's so done.
So he's taking down his creep. He turns it off now, but it's like eventually that creep is going to die.
They are hunting it.
And he pops back out, silenced up.
Go Roche.
Go Roche. The enemy carry is dead for 70 seconds.
That's very well done by Alliance.
I think a lot of credit goes to Boxy, right? The fact that he doesn't die first.
Dude, Boxy is playing incredibly decisive Dota. Like, make a move, don't make a move. He's just kind of going for it and telling his team, like, guys, just go. And at the same time, it's Taiga, too. I think, for me, Taiga and Boxy are the 2 MVPs here. They're going to grab another kill, potentially here, as the Sentry is still up, and X-Nova should most likely pay for his life with this, yes? And he's even going to lose the ward right after that, too.
Yeah.
But Taiga, when he splits the wickets, it does look like a miss, but he gets his team vision, and then they were able, Mickey jumps right in after that, and then he isolates it. So he splits the fight completely there.
Yeah. I love the fact that they understood, let's not go on the Lifestealer.
Yeah, just deal with him after.
Hit that backline as hard as you can. And once LGD got hit by that Sonic Wave, they were broken.
Yes.
There was no way they could turn and fight.
The 2 supports then could not participate, because everyone was
one
like
was dead,
HP.
the other one was a half HP.
Yeah. That was a good fight. It was a good fight. And they're going to continue to go for it.
Nice jump there from Madara. Just like, the moment he sees someone, blink, stun, Orchid, tick out, or Taiga. Gonna hit him with that long-range pullback.
I would really like to see them Roche.
Yeah, we said go Roche as soon as Lifestealer died, right?
I feel like you do it quick, too.
Yeah, they've got Sven with now a Crystallis. Maybe they're a little bit afraid because they didn't kill the Invoker, and I guess the Invoker is the toughest one to...
Yeah, and Boxy, he's actually going to run in.
The Glimmer Cape is actually going to find an initiation on a Boxy here. Didn't see him right away. Open wounds, continuing to slow him down. Maybe thought about going for it, but he realizing this is an area that you no longer play in.
Yeah.
That high ground is now Alliance's.
That now belongs to them. Is PSG.LGD, we talked about how they don't want to just sit inside their base, but right now, like, they're sort of being forced to, and that's not through choice at this point. Alliance, for them to win this game, they have to just continue to smother the map, take smart fights, and...
Oh, they thought the Lifestealer's going to run straight up on the high ground. They're like, oh, we can get a chain stun on him.
Boxy's coming through right now. They want to take this fight. Madara doesn't quite have the ulti yet.
But are they really going to be able to find the initiation? LGD's just playing so careful, far away from this high ground area where they know it is very likely. It's just what happens. Both teams understand that the team holding the high ground has that cliff ward, but they will protect that vision at all costs because they know it's how they win the team fight.
Oh, look at this Boxy.
Oh,
trying to find the jump
from
right now.
FY.
This is a bit far.
Whoa, this is really far. He's going to be slowed down by the Purge now. They try and give him the war cry to help him out. That gets purged off immediately. Good kickback from Taiga. They actually almost tried to grab him with the Batrider together. That would have been disaster if they both got caught there. The Sunstrike! Oh, doesn't land, but the Swashbuckle coming through. He's going to try and chase him down. That means the BKB is activated. He's going to be fine against the Pango. Maybe they can catch Chalice on his way trying to get back to the base, but no. That rolling ball, they can't stop it.
And the cost of the BKB, they'll get the kill, but still not really grabbing the tower in just kind of a weird position to be in. Yeah. It's like both teams are playing chicken there, but weren't really willing to sacrifice either side, as Ame already picked up his bounty rune.
Because the bounty runes in the bottom lane push, Alliance, they don't fully give up that high ground there. They're still going to stick here as multiple heroes, and with Mickey actually going for it, they have maybe a kill. They've got him dead. Insania bursting down with the Ice Blast. Easy pickup on the support of X-Nova. They see the Sven.
They're going to go high ground.
At that bottom lane, they're expecting, oh, Alliance gave up on that high ground position, but no.
Yeah, that's a really cool trap that, you know, if you're PSG.LGD, you got to give Alliance credit there. They trapped you. Like you said, they assume they see the Sun at bottom. That's your strongest core. There's no way that Alliance should be there as 4, but they are, and that is going to lead to the kill.
Oh, they managed to already break the Lincolns, get the lasso out. Lifestealer's control.
He's silenced.
He's going to be good. Burst it down. They do have the buybacks coming in with the Invoker throwing out that tornado, but they don't have a buyback on Ame, so they may be able to hold here, but it's going to completely wreck LGD's economy with the double buyback and a loss of their carry.
And you saw FY desperately. He's like, let me get close to you. But the move speed build from the Batrider just drags him out of his clutches.
Yeah, what did he get hit by damage or something? Because he has that Blink Dagger for exactly that reason, right?
Not sure. Must have. Maybe just stood in the fire.
Yeah, maybe he got a little bit too close or something.
FY, he's got to be careful here because they can jump him very easily. And without the Lifestealer as a threat, you can't just rely on your Invoker to be able to disengage. As Chalice is crushing that top lane.
He's trying to buy his team 30 seconds here. 30 seconds for the Lifestealer, but Madara knows it's an opportunity to either force the buyback from the Lifestealer, and if he doesn't have it, well, we're going to take at least one lane of racks here, maybe more kills. They do manage to get a good grasp onto these two, but a roll in from Mickey as well as Taiga takes both those supports out of the pool, and now as the Lifestealer comes back, he's going to realize it's still a 3 versus 5. Alliance happy with that mid lane of racks. Back up to make sure their tier 3 at top is going to be fine, where Chalice is trying to go for the split push, but Chalice may not make it out, fortunately. That Orchid doesn't tick fast enough. He's going to heal, be fine.
Yeah, and that is, I mean, we talked about decisiveness. That is the name of the game. And Alliance is playing with decisiveness and urgency.
Yeah.
They're just going for it. They're not really afraid. They're trying to force moves. Great plays all around.
I mean, when there is urgency and there is not taking Roshan, keep hitting them urgency. That is like another level of just keep going. And you can see Alliance are not going to take a breath here, not giving LGD the chance to take a breath either, as Chalice is going to get picked off. They do have the Eula Scepter buying him a little bit of time. Swashbuckle over the side, hoping for Rolling Thunder, but immediately silenced by Taiga. He knew exactly where the Pango was going and preempted him pretty easily. Maybe he might be caught as well.
Drag him into the
trying to pull him back into the Ice Blast, doesn't quite clip him there, so maybe does still have that bit of window of HP. He'll be okay.
He was centimeters off there, and that's most likely going to be the death of the Invoker too if they get that. There is no buyback on maybe. And so Alliance in such a good dominant position. They have Roshan available to them too if they want it. Is Madara just gonna juke some spells?
He's still trying to hold that. They want to kill the vision. That's up there on that high ground. Madara, they're going to start going for him now, but Mike immediately just ignoring the Lifestealer. Go for the back line, see if you can blow up that Shattered Demon. He is now dead. Beyond Godlike for him. X Nova with his Glimmer Cape is going to be able to get the stun on Earth Spirit, but surrounded by 5 of Alliance once again. They are dead 15-35, a 14,000 net worth lead for Alliance. Again, a team that wins 0-4 is facing up against one of the tougher teams supposedly in this tournament. Is just one piece away from being able to close out this game one.
Now?
I don't know, honestly. I honestly think that they just might keep on hitting buildings.
And you know what the best part about this is that I really think that PSG.LGD are expecting them to Roche.
Yes.
They keep thinking, okay, once you guys Roche, we'll get a little bit of breathing room. And, you know, we can maybe play some Dota. You guys Roche, we'll get some wards down. That'll be the trade. We'll all be, you know, we'll just live in this covenant. But no, Alliance is like, nah.
Or
we're not having any of that.
The thing happens where you have the high ground vision and you back up to do Roche, and then the enemy team gets to de-ward that, try and poke at you at Roshan and stuff. LGD's like, that's where we make our comeback. The Quaswex Invoker inside the pit. Yeah, that's going to be sick.
And
what if it never happens?
Alliance is just like, it's 34 minutes in, they have complete map control. They can easily Roshan with their heroes. And they're just, you know, this is one of the few times where I would actually say that they're making the better play by not doing so at the time being, because I mean, they were able to get racks without it. They're continuing to put the pressure. They've gotten kills as a result of their fast movement around the map.
Yeah.
I mean, now I think it's a reasonable time.
Now that you've got one lane of racks, you can take a small little breather, a short little gasp of air. Get the word on the high ground. Even if the sentry's there, it doesn't matter as long as they've got the vision for this upcoming team fight. They immediately manage to get the disable onto Boxy, but the Batrider gets his BKB off. Look at that! Madara, so much damage as he makes his first couple of swings into the team fight on the Grimstroke. But now the BKBs are used. This is an opportunity for maybe to make his big declarance as an Invoker, but he almost whisked the Tornado entirely there, and they continue to jump forward here. Trying to get this, go for the back line again. There goes the Shattered Demon. Now they control him, focusing on that Lifestealer. Ame has a buyback, but the rest of his team does not. Chalice is going to get caught. Taiga getting in front of him, nice and easy. 3 dead, no buyback. A buyback being used by Ame. The two of them holding against just a monster Alliance team who have seemed to figure themselves out here at day 2 at ESL One Birmingham.
You know what the thing is? I'm going to declare somebody my MVP and how well they've played. But realistically, you could say that about literally anyone on Alliance right now.
Yeah.
Like Boxy and Taiga for me, like Mickey is beyond godlike and his positioning and his ults have been sick. Yep. So is his farm and his item choices. But Taiga's initiations and the way that he just owned the map so far, is going to go in again?
Get the scythe on him and just see if they can blow him up with the Ice Blast as well. They've got to follow up Silence. Ame finally managed to get off the range though. They'll have to back up. This is going to be 2 lanes of Raxes. LGD.
They might have just overstayed their welcome.
Unless Madara, if they can get him low enough, with this opportunity with the Sunstrike as well, he's so damn low, they do finally finish him off. FY managed to get that kill with the help of his own illusions. Boxy, BKB actually blinks away instead of completing his TP, is on the run with his Firefly. He has the gem. It would be a big win if LGD could get a pick off on him as well, but
he's so quick.
It seems impossible. He's just too damn nimble,
There's a basher, right, on the Lifestealer. That's why he canceled?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the right decision.
I was like, BKB, and I see this, like, ink swell coming at him. Like, well, you just TP away.
Nah, he didn't want to play the odds.
Yeah.
Why would you?
Smart.
He was fine. Like, if you flip that coin there, who knows? And yes, Mickey, 15 kills. Like, that's his bad part. It's not like he played bad. Like, nobody played bad on Alliance.
No.
They're all MVPs, sure. You know what? They all deserve. So far in this game, they've played fantastic if they're able to close it out.
I know what you're saying, because you're looking at the position of, like, who's doing all the legwork of setting up these opportunities. And a lot of that is tough to be the initiator of Boxy. Nice blink stun. Instantly getting the disable, not letting him get his BKB off for a minute. They managed to get a lot of damage out from maybe as well. Just keep on going with that Rolling Thunder, controlling up the Ancient Apparition as well. Nice. That's going to be 2 dead. In the back line, they've already caught potentially Taiga, who managed to get in front of him. Ame got in front of him before the Rolling Boulder over to the cliff. They just stay on top of him now with constant bashes. Tries to go for another one, does manage to get around Ame this time around, and will continue to roll away further and further. But PSG.LGD, they want every single kill they can because they know how far behind they are in net worth right now. Every single kill is solid gold.
Yeah. And you got to give it up for them. The fact that they're still like fighting in this position and they're still looking for aggressive maneuvers and movement on the map. They know that Batrider has no BKB, so they're just kind of going for it right now.
I feel like this is one of the dangers of the best teams when they do make any sort of comebacks. It's because they hit you and they just keep hitting you over and over again. And you just keep on staggering. Next thing you know, you've lost 20K net worth. That's why I like Alliance here playing back. Let them take a tier 2. That's not going to change the game. What will change the game is you get another pickoff.
Yes, you lose another 2 heroes. All of a sudden, they get Roshan, the one that you didn't claim for like 30 minutes. And they actually kind of have a win condition because of this Hex on the Invoker.
Yeah.
Wild game.
They both have that hard initiation from their cores. A Scythe of Ice on Mickey, Scythe on maybe as well. There's some BKB breakers in the Bashers for Ame as well as Chalice now.
Yeah. All that matters right now is the jump.
Yeah.
Because of the hexes on both teams, all that matters is the jump. If you get a good jump on the side of PSG.LGD, you can bring this game back towards even as Taiga.
And it's pretty hard to beat Ward Vision. That's what LGD has right now. They're going to be able to link the two of them.
The double
Scythe of Ice with the Rolling Thunder on top of him. Ame immediately going for this Ven. He managed to get off his BKB, but the Basher as well as the leash is just controlling him. They're not going to be able to do much, and he doesn't have buyback on this Ven either. Ame has his link, it's broken, but he's managed to get a bash as well as that silence under the Quap. He's trying to kill the Phantom as quick as he can. Taiga comes in to be able to help him out. The Ice Blast on through, and now it's going to be Ame in trouble. He thought he had a kill, but no, you're dead. X-Nova, he's going to be wiped out as well. They may not have buyback on Madara, but the rest of the team can still carry this team fight. It's the 2 safe lane carries who are out of this game for over a minute. We're going to continue with Alliance versus LGD in a 4 versus 4 now.
The game gets a little bit reset as a result because neither team should be looking for a fight right now. If PSG.LGD lose their Invoker, then the game is more or less over.
Yeah.
So they have to be careful, and for Alliance, they also don't want to take that fight.
Oh, but neither team is shying away from it. The blink in FY initiation, but an instant blink in return by Box. He actually goes back, and Taiga wants to make his initiation. He immediately goes for the Grimstroke, who's been causing them so much trouble with his ultimate. Now Chalice with the Ice Blast on top of with a Scythe as well. He does have a buyback coming in, but the back line, look at that. Mickey managed to get the fear off the 2 of them. The fear into the lasso as well. There's going to be a disruption from FY trying to save Baby, but now he's in the middle of no man's land. A big cataclysm, but it's not going to do much as they all dodge out of the way. Finish up maybe here. He goes down. 4 dead, no buyback. It's only Chalice who just runs in. He knows there's nothing he can do, but he's still got to try, damn it. 5 dead now from LGD, and it was a little messy towards the end, but that should be the end of the game. That should be the Alliance victory, as they're going to just march down mid. Indeed, Chalice. Climactic end to this game, but as long as they can just hit buildings, they're going to be good, and that's why Chalice is going to call it.
And that's one way to get your first win. As PSG.LGD, I mean, they fought to the end. They tried to make a game of it, but Alliance were just so on top of it. And for me, it comes down to the early game movements. Taiga wasted very few movements in this game. He was committed. He created disruptions everywhere. He made everyone's game easier. He gave Mickey that 15 kills. Like, him coming mid, never letting maybe reset into the game, made that game very straightforward for Mickey to play.
Let's talk about the one time that they did kill the Lifestealer. That was 1 attempt, 1 success. You know, like there wasn't that, oh, let's try and kill the Lifestealer. Oh, we didn't get him. Like he rages away. If a failed rotation. Like the one time they do head to that lane, they get the kill that's needed the most at that time and just stall everybody's game from LGD.
Yeah, and the cool part about that game too, and you know, if you're an Alliance fan, which is, you know, it's been some hard years, but what's promising about that game is they executed, like you said, very well. A lesser team I could see at bottom lane, like a team with less potential, they probably fumble that. All 4 heroes from PSG.LGD TP in, they get wiped all of a sudden, and whatever lead they had is like, rats, like shucks, you know, maybe we could have done it. And you know, we were skeptical because they were up 13-0 versus Keen yesterday, and they managed to blow that lead. So I didn't want to like all in and be like, Alliance have got this game.
Didn't want to jinx him.
All skepticism, at least for the time being, they've shown that they can compete. Well done by them as they take game number 1.
At the bitter end, LGD still managed to push Alliance a bit, showing what a team they are as well. Really good game 1, hoping for even better game 2.
Welcome back to the Church of the Non-Believers here on the main panel. None of us really had that as a as a victory for Alliance. No, I mean, I know, Kyle, you made a good point that they had to get off to a good start. They did, and you said that the early game has to be very, very good, and it was.
Well, not just that, they had to keep playing better than PSG.LGD. And, you know, at the end of the day, if you have a mid player, a Quap specifically, that doesn't die and ends up with, what, like 35 kills you're a part of? Like, that's usually enough to win a game. But I actually feel like it's kind of telling that it ends like, what, 50-20 almost?
Yeah.
And it still didn't feel like Alliance had that game for sure.
I mean, even if they'd lost that last team fight, for instance, then there was still a danger that they probably have had to have at least win one more at some point. And they were starting to run out of ideas, it seemed. But I mean, Blitz made a great point, Toby. He said a lesser team may have buckled under that, may have lost that game.
Yeah, that's a great sign for Alliance, the fact that they're able to stand up and keep rolling with the punches. Like a snowball lineup's always difficult to keep the snowball going, especially when you have a couple of bumps in the early part of the road. But, and I'm just like you could see their problems starting to arise later into the game when everything that we thought LGD were going to be good at came like 20 minutes late. Just because of these rotations, because of the influence. Like the fight up on top lane where Meke rotated in, he had a perfect Sonic Wave, they found the kills, and it wasn't just that, like you just rotated the next one, and the next one, and the next one. It was like LGD were always under pressure, and then later on, Madara brought the damage. Like, and they just had this perfect transition from one strength to the next, and that's where like Alliance just, they did everything they needed to do right.
Yep, and I actually want to point out, I think I would have liked Shadow Demon 3 more than having it on FY. But more importantly, I think the last pick Invoker, when you watch the game, the way it was played, like the Midas after a couple of nulls into the Agdrush, like it just feels like if that Invoker is instead something more powerful in the mid game, so that they don't fall so far behind while Ame comes online with the Midas Radiance. I'm thinking DP or Puck. But looking at the Alliance lineup, I'm actually... The problem with DP is you're playing into AA, and it's never a good sign, but specifically Puck, something that allowed them to match Alliance's pace, and forget, like, kill Mike. How do you actually kill the Quap in this game? And you had a last pick.
Especially when the Quap always had support, like Blitz was mentioning, like Tiger's movement really made that mid lane work. Like he was always on top of the Invoker, and Invoker always has issues in the early stages, trying to dish out any kind of damage. He even got changed up a little bit recently, but like it just... The Invoker wasn't there, and resources had to be taken from the side lanes to make that work. And all the stuff that Lifestealer was able to pick up, it didn't really do much when it arrived.
It's the problem with the build he's forced to go, right? Midas and Radiance, these items don't make you strong. You're just like gonna farm fast. You can actually contribute to a fight. Then he's going for a Linken's. I hate Linken's as a concept. There's like one scenario I'm a fan, which is when you're playing against Doom and both your cores buy it, because the only way you lose a fight is if you get doomed, right? Otherwise, if you buy, say, a Force Staff, one of numerous items that are much cheaper to proc said Linken's, or you just cast a spell, like 5,000 gold is kaput. There's nothing doing. And Lifestealer doesn't need the stats. He doesn't need the regen. It's 5,000 gold for...
A couple of highlights from that game. Obviously, you saw the MVP was Mickey. 19, 0, and 19.
It's all right.
Not too shabby. Yeah.
Probably one of the better Quap games we'll see this year.
Standard day at the office.
Also 0 and 3 now, as far as Invoker is concerned at this tournament. I haven't seen a decent game.
It's too slow. I think
it's struggling, isn't it?
A lot of people expected games to go longer, including myself, after looking at the patch. But I don't think that means that the heroes are going to change too much, or rather the concepts that work, which is you need to draft things that at 10 to 15 minutes can do stuff. And that can be farm out waves, it can be push down towers, it can be split push, find kills. You gotta do something. And it just felt very awkward when you have an Invoker and a Lifestealer both rushing Midas's. No natural playmaking ability on the side of PSG.LGD, which means they have no power in the mid game. You can't actually play Dota 2. You can't. You're strategically outmatched because tactically you can't actually do anything to stop Alliance from rolling forward and killing you over and over.
Okay, I've got another game to come in this series. One of these two teams went 0 and 4 yesterday. The other one went 3 and 1. I probably imagine you can't work out which is which after that first game. Nevertheless, Alliance, true believers. Can they make it 2-0? We'll find out very shortly.